Sup, nerds? Welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 84. I'm Sean, and I'm joined with Chris and Brandon, as always.
Sup, guys? This week's Omni4Game recap. We go over both of our locals from Tuesday and Friday, as always. We then do some weekly reveals, get your guys' comment questions. So if you like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Locals recap. I'm assuming I'm going first for Trinity?
Yeah.
Okay. Round one, I played against Chris's. Is it Magna X Armor Rush?
Yeah, it's just like Armor Rush, yeah.
Okay.
The low end version. The inferior version.
Yeah, I was playing Magna X DNA. Pyojimon kind of just. Oh, bye, Brandon.
We just started.
God, this guy.
Dude, I can't help that shit. You know, I don't got a button that just says, "Hey, your entire computer, do it."
Anyway, Pyojimon kind of just dunks on the Armor Rush deck because they can't unsuspend. So anytime Chris had a potential Wombo turn going, I just Pyojimoned him, and I'm like, okay, you can swing one time, and that's it. I won that 2-0. Then I played against...
There's also really no outs to Magna X either.
Yeah. You have to, like, get a blocker big enough to block him, and I now have Pyojimon, Dino B, and the new Lydramon, which can suspend anything, and just be like, suspend that, swing at your security. Nice blocker.
Stupid.
Yeah. Then I played against Ben playing the Adventure deck. Game one was kind of back and forth, but I ended up winning. I really don't like how many security Digimon they've given to the newer archetypes this format.
Oh yeah, I saw he was playing Ikakubon.
Dude, it's so annoying. Because I'm swinging with my Pyojimon with jamming, and he's like, Ikaku, strip your jamming source. I'm like, that's really annoying. He can never get to my armor with it, so like my Magna X is still gonna have its immunity and stuff. But it's really bad for me. Him having a body on the field at the start of his turn, and like if I've just cleared his board and he doesn't have anything coming out of raising, and then I check a security Digimon, it's really rough.
What was worse, that or what happened in our game?
The
Ikakubon or the turn?
I would rather check the X antibody because that's on a body. And my Pyojimon was unsuspended when it happened, thankfully. But I ended up winning that 2-0. Game one was kind of back and forth, but I ended up winning. Game two, he only drew 2 Tamers, and they were both his one-ofs that don't gain memory at the start of turn, or start of main phase, and I just kept choking him to 1, and he couldn't really do anything.
Is he playing the block?
Yeah, he's playing the blocker one and the rush one, both as one-ofs.
Well, the rush one makes sense.
And he saw both of them, and none of his other Tamers even had a security, and I just kept choking him to 1, and he couldn't really do anything.
Oh.
Then round 3 played against AJ playing Megidramon. No idea how that deck functions. He went first and gave me 7 memory, hard playing a War Growl. And unfortunately for me, I did not out it. I didn't have the cards in my hand to get it off the field. And I had the opportunity to put up a blocker, which in hindsight I should have done. I just never played against that deck and didn't really know what it was capable of. All right, bye, Brandon. And he dealt 4 damage to me on his next turn because I couldn't out the War Growl, and I was at 1 security for the rest of the game. And I established a Magna X and thought I stabilized and was probably going to lethal him on the next turn, but then he wombo comboed another Megidramon stack. This time it was BT5 Megidra, played the BT13 Gallon off that on deletion after trashing my last security off of his inheritables. Swung, I blocked that attack, and then he just hard played the new promo Gallantmon that also has rush for free, and then swung for game. I couldn't do anything about that. And then game 2, it wasn't quite that bad, but I also opened up just like a slower hand versus him, and that's this deck's weakness is just like if you can deal damage faster than I can see my combo pieces, then I'm really behind, and he ended up killing me. Then I played against Brandon playing Adventure round 4. Brandon is playing a probably like 15 card difference between him and Ben's decks, if I were to guess.
Like, yeah, massive amounts.
Yeah, very different. At one point in one of the games, I checked BT9X antibody while I was at zero memory swing with Pyodramon. Pretty annoyed about that because I would have gotten another swing and I would have even in a Magna X a pass turn. Choking him to 1 wasn't the worst thing in the world, although you may have had a memory setter. I don't even remember. I was just annoyed.
I do believe I had tie at that point.
Yeah, even worse. Also, I just drew kind of awkwardly into that matchup too. I think I was also being a little impatient because that deck also has the ability to kill me very quickly if I don't establish Magna. And that's the deck's weakness is other decks that can deal big damage really quickly. I ended up taking a game and stuff, but yeah, I ended
You
up
took
losing
game 1 because you dropped Medieval 4 times.
Well, I
How'd
dropped
you get that one back?
Yeah. Zudomon, bounce to Medieval. Alright, cool. Next turn, Medieval. Damn, how'd you have another one? Sean, this is the same one.
Yeah, this is the same
Yeah,
one.
I knew that.
Yeah. So I ended up losing that. It was game 3, I think, was close, but because of how stupid that deck is, once it establishes a bunch of tamers, they can just kill you from like 4 security pretty easily if they have like a body to start their turn.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So I ended up losing that, and then I came in, I have no idea, 6th place?
You were 6th. Yeah, you were 6th. Chris was one above you at 5th.
Dude, my opponent's match win percentage was 77.1%.
Mine was like 40 something.
Yes.
And it was bad. I guess I'll go next. I did not have a whole lot of fun on Tuesday. So first I play against Sean, who's playing DNA, Magna. Yeah, like he said, Pyodramon kind of counters me, Magna X counters me, and honestly, I'd make like probably 15 changes to the deck, the armor deck. So many changes. I just did not like the way it played. I took some inspiration from that deck that won the Eagle's Nest thing just as like a base, and then I made some changes myself. I'd make even more changes. I think the deck desperately needs cards like Fire Rock in its deck to kill your opponents fast enough, because there just seems like it needs way too much setup to like really do a whole lot. Like, you need multiple Davises, you need the option card out, like, and I still just don't really like that 3-cost Davis that just plays out of Vmon. I just don't like it. Like, I get it, it's cool, like the memory gain's okay, and you get to play out a Vmon, but like I just rather be playing other cards. I just don't see the appeal to it. That's just my opinion though. Round 2, I got the bye because someone dropped right after round 1.
I think that may have been Josh.
It was Josh, yeah. Josh had to go home, so I had to buy round 2. Sucked. I just sat there and read One Punch Man for the entire round. No. And then round 3, just to continue torturing Chris, I played against Finley.
The Time Wizard.
The Time Wizard.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. Game 1 took forever. Even though I thought, I was like, okay, he can probably... I wanted to scoop, but he was playing so poorly that he was allowing me to stay in the game and potentially play. And I'm like, there is a small slimmer of hope that I could win this game. But eventually he played through it and killed me. And I knew there was minutes left. I said, if this deck does have the chance to high roll, because at this point I just want to pick up my cards and just leave. I'm just like, I don't even want to play anymore with you. But I was like, there is a small slimmer of a chance that I can win game 2 and tie. This deck does have that, that chance. My hand was good enough to poke at him a bunch of times. I needed a lot of things to happen for me, a couple armors to survive, and then digivolving into Magna X. And again, I digivolved into Magna X, he says, and I unsuspend and swing at him, and unsuspend again.
How does he do that?
And he literally says, he goes, how? And I go, that is this card's effect. Spencer's already explained this card to you multiple times. I'm not going to do it again. And he's like, okay. Like, you know, I've been here. Spencer was literally yelling at you, explaining this card to you.
I've witnessed you
like,
being yelled at
yeah.
because you've asked about this card so many times in one match.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it might have even been the same copy because it was probably the one I let Spencer borrow. So it might have been the same exact card.
Same art.
And that magnet.
Yeah, same everything. Yeah. So I was able to kill him within like. I swear after game 1 I like looked over at Sean like how much time is left and Sean was like 4 minutes. And it was a miracle. I was able to win game 2, so we tied. And then round 4, Spencer dropped. He didn't want to play. He just gave me the win. So I effectively didn't play 2 rounds that night. Spencer wanted to play test with David, I guess, over there. He was playing Atmon. He was like, I'll play you, but I just kind of want to switch decks. I just want to give you the win. I was like, that's fine, whatever. I don't even really want to play anymore after playing the Time Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dante had a bye, which crazy. So I was like, Dante, we can just play test over here if you want, since we're both not doing anything. But I switched to Cross, and oh my god, does Cross feel so much better with that new Taiki. That new Taiki card is crazy. Being able to just pass turn with the Cross 6 and suspend the Taiki and still attack for a bunch of damage is crazy. Because that was always like the worst part, is if you didn't have all the pieces for Cross 6 and you cross and it passed turn, you're getting like no value out of it. You're getting like nothing really out of it. Now that you're able to attack while doing it, and it's not just when you cross, it's also when you Digivolve. So you can do the whole Omni Shoutmon for game combo. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff now with that new Taiki. I love it. That card is dangerous. So
yeah, it kind of reminds me of how I felt about the end of turn swing Takuya.
yeah,
Because in the Emperor Greymon build, it sets you to 3 memory, so you can just go level 4 Aldemon for 1 Emperor Greymon swing. It feels so good.
It just like you can actually like kill your opponents even faster now. It was really fun. Like Dante was not having fun. So yeah, that was how my Tuesday went. Go ahead, Brain.
So my night, I went X1. Round 1, I played against Gallant X. I lost that one, unfortunately, 0-2. I don't know if it was just bad luck in that match, but I was seeing my tamers, and they are very important to the deck. So I think going forward, I'm probably going to up my tamer count in hopes to increase my odds of seeing more of them. Because once you see your tamers, the adventure deck just sort of pops off. Because you have access to so much stuff, especially like if you have multiple copies of Tai. As long as you usually keep at least one of them on the board, not only are you drawing cards, but being able to play a body for free is really good. I did lose that one 0-2. Like, I didn't even take a game off of them. Both of them were close, but it was never like... I was never about to win, if that makes sense. I was always on the back foot, kind of fighting from underneath. Round 2, I played against somebody who had just traveled to our area. I guess their friend was living nearby, and they were like, oh, hey, there's the Digimon tournament. Let's go check that out. They thought it was a pre-release, because, to be fair, on the app, they did have a pre-release set up.
Yeah.
But that the Trinity store didn't, unfortunately, get any product whatsoever. So they didn't even bring decks. So they
always bring one just in case.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not traveling and then going, oh, let me grab my Digimon deck.
I am.
Like, especially if I'm going to travel to like go see somebody.
If there's
Always
a chance, my friend is like, hey, let's go to this locals, I'm going to bring a deck.
Yes, it's strapped.
Yeah.
So he borrowed Finley's Melga deck. And it's basically BT15 Melga without BT15 Melga. So you can probably assume how that goes. It's like the best card in the deck. Like, anyway, he was playing the new Ace as well. which is bad because the only 2 color tamers you have are Matt and Cool Boy. So you're only ever going to be able to bot deck like a level 5. Can't even hit a level 6. Anyway, so I basically got that one 2-0. I was kind of using that as just a excuse to like test around what I could do with the deck, because I was obviously never being threatened by a basically BT9 Melga deck. Like there's nothing like crazy in it. Round 3 was against Dante playing Megidra. I got that one 2-1. Game 1 he rushed me down really fast. Like he basically was able to put the rush Geo in the trash like super early, and then as soon as we were both at the correct trash amount, because he kept milling and all his Megidra stuff, he was just able to eventually check me for game with that. Feels bad, but it's what Megidra does. Game 2 I managed to get my Wombo combo with the deck off. If you heard what we were talking about earlier with Sean, you can probably put 2 and 2 together what my Wombo combo is. I'm not going to say it, so I don't put that out in the world. It's my sauce. You guys can't have it. But basically, I won on the spot once I did it. Game 3, kind of more of the same. I didn't do my super duper Wombo combo. I just did normal adventure stuff. And
John, did he hit you with the Wombo combo?
No.
No.
I drew
got
poor enough.
very-
I drew poor enough to where he never had to.
Oh,
I never had it, yeah. I was like close enough to doing it, but I was like, oh, I actually just don't have to.
Yeah.
Literally
didn't need to.
Didn't need to. Yeah, game 3, he kind of like low-key bricked. It was like he had like rookies and stuff, but he wasn't seeing like his full line, so I just killed him before he could actually properly set up. And then round 4, played against Sean. He kind of already talked about it. Game 1, he got me because he set up like a whole bunch of medieval gallant mons. Some would say out of nowhere. Just like a good old-fashioned RKO. Game 2 and 3, I just out-tempoed and killed him. I do think at one point I had given you a partial Wombo combo, with both other pieces, but never together. Because how do you out-Magna? Oh, hey, taunt into Ace. So I did do that. I think that was the only time you established Magna. I just immediately hit it with taunt and aced it.
Yeah. Just did not draw well.
Yeah, Sag. Especially since you had the Dino be under it too, so it wasn't even like you were getting any pieces back.
Yeah.
It was like poverty stacks for days. Yeah, so that was my week. I went 3-1. It was pretty okay for me. And as far as TBS goes, me and Chris will be going first on that because we didn't go. We went to go see Star Wars Episode 3 in theaters.
Yeah.
So.
Nerds, dude. So, anyway, I actually did go to TBS because I don't want to watch a 20-year-old movie that I also think kind of sucks for the most part. I played against Medusamon. I was playing Magnex DNA. Played against Medusamon. Round 1. So I
don't think he had all 4. It's not Medusamon.
Potentially he could have borrowed them. I don't know. But it is possible that my opponent was not playing a full playset of Medusamons.
I'm hearing is he was playing BT21 War Greymon.
That
was his deck name.
He was playing that card. Yes, that card was on the field more often than Medusamon was.
Yeah, so he's playing BT21 War Greymon.
So with how often I saw him see Medusamon, it would align with the fact that he may have only had 2 copies. However, he could have borrowed them and just not been fortunate enough to see them. I won that very easily. That I think that deck maybe can be okay at a local level, but not that version. That's. I go into Magnex. What are you gonna do? I swing at you. Block me. Okay, cool. Pile your monster, up all your sources. Swing at you some more. Just yeah.
Consider getting touched.
Yeah. Won that 2 very easily. Then played against Ben playing Adventure. I'm
I'm assuming he changed his list between then and Tuesday, right?
He did. He changed his
He's been
list.
messing with it for so long.
He changed his list from like when I last play tested versus him like 2 days ago and yesterday, or like 3 days ago and yesterday, because he added Lilymon and
which match is going up on the channel? What I assume tomorrow.
I'm probably not posting any of these. I'm still tweaking my Magnex DNA list.
I just saw one of them was members only. I wasn't sure which one that was.
Oh no, that's me and him testing.
That's inner circle only.
Yeah, that's just me and him testing.
Gotcha.
So
you heard it here first, folks. Sean loses, he doesn't post. That's how it works.
I mean, I won more matches than I lost, but like I'm not using the list that I've been playing the past 2 locals, so like I don't want to post gameplay of that because I'm gonna be like, yeah, this card that I don't play anymore. This
is the card I've gotten from my deck.
Yeah. He's playing Lilymon, which I did not realize he was playing because he changed his list. Like I have seen his entire list with my eyes. He has shared it with me like 3 days ago, and then he put Lilymon in randomly, and I could have gone into a Pyodramon, but instead I went into a Dino Bee, and he didn't have a rookie coming out of Raising, and I didn't have jamming, so I was like, I want to be big enough to where like I don't die to his stuff, so that's why I went into Dino Bee and swung. Hindsight, I should have gone into Pyodramon. One, because the DP threshold that I was at actually wouldn't have mattered because I was at 12k and Pyodramon would have been at 9k, and that's the actual same because I don't die to any of his 5s anyway, and I always die to his Megas. And
the 5s are always very small.
And I had to draw Vmon in my stack, so I would have gotten a second draw off of it. And I actually would have dug into my Magna X. I double checked, and I would have evoed into Magna X a pass turn. And he hard played Lilymon and bot decked both of my, because I played a Vmon to pass turn, and he bot decked my Dino Bee and my Vmon. And I was like, "You're playing Lilymon now?" And I'm like, that's so stupid. I basically just lost on the spot. Like, that cost me so much tempo.
It is, unfortunately, a very good card.
I disagree. He's playing it as a one-off. He just got very fortunate that he had it in his hand, and I didn't go into Pyodramon.
I will say it's a very sacky card. If it is in the correct situation, it can do work against your opponent.
Even if you wouldn't have seen the Magna X, Pyodramon's just a better card in general. Because
in hindsight, it was just an objective mistake for me to do that. Mm-hmm. If I had thought about his DP thresholds between his Megas and his 5s, and I would have gotten an extra draw off of it. It's just 100% a mistake. But I got uber punished and basically lost on the spot from that.
Yeah, because even if you don't see the Magna X, you just partition, and you're like, okay, at least my whole board's not cleared now.
Yeah, exactly. And then game 2 was kind of back and forth. I drew kind of awkwardly. I'm basically just still tweaking my deck list, and I'm probably making like 10 changes to it for after last night, I think. And I made changes between Tuesday and Friday. Still just unhappy with it.
What in the deck do you feeling the inconsistency with? Is it like you don't have enough search power? Like what say it is?
Just not
he's
digging.
He's gone all Yorker.
Vmon. That's
because
exactly. Yeah. Well, in my head canon, the Vmon that I play is not Davis's Vmon. It's my Vmon. Okay, he doesn't sound like a moron.
So it's Danny DeVito?
Yeah, I'm playing the Ulforce Vmon. He's just not going into Ulforce.
Gotcha.
I'm playing like V-Tamertized Vmon.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's just a V-Dramon. I don't think he has a Vmon. I think he just has a level 4.
Well, I mean, he came from somewhere, right? He had to be a Vmon at some point.
No, he was born that way. He came out of the egg as just a V-Dramon.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, that'd be pretty funny.
I ended up losing. I'm pretty sure I checked an Ikakumon out of a security at one point in game 2, and also it was really bad for me. God, dude, that's so annoying.
Bro, dude, if you hate that, imagine playing against Atmon. They have like so many.
Yeah, they have like 3, I think, if not more than that. So I lost that 0-2. And then, speaking of which, I actually played against Robbie round 3, who was playing Atmon. He's also playing ace cards, like he was playing Shadow Seraphi, which of course he was, and he was also playing Alpha, or you can Ace, which he obviously can't Ace into, but like he can probably DNA into it, or just he uses it as an option card. You have Taunt in the archetype, so it makes sense to play Aces since like it's not fully fleshed out, I guess. Game 1, he did stuff. You know, I made sure to read as much of his cards as I could just to make sure he wasn't, you know, cheating. And he got me down to like 3 or 2 security, something like that. Ended up stabilizing, stripped his sources, swung into security, blah blah. He at one point had a Shadow, an Alpha, and a Gaiamon on the field, and his Alpha and his Shadow were already suspended, and I DNA'd into a Dino Bee to put myself at 4 memory, suspended his Gaiamon, and then evoed on top of my Dino Bee with Magna X, swung over his Alpha, trashed his top security card, unsuspended, swung over his Shadow, and I went to like 9 memory, and then I went into a Pyodramon and like swung at him 2 more times and went into another Magna X to pass turn, and his Gaiamon was stunned. Yeah, I won that 2-0. That was...
Free?
Yeah, I would say it was mostly free. The only time I was ever like, man, this is an awkward spot for me, was when he taunted me, because I know he plays Aces, but I was like, this doesn't really matter, because
the only card... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the only time he shadowed me, I had like 5 dudes on the field. Like, he taunted into Shadow, and I was like, I don't care, I have enough bodies to where it's not gonna matter. Like, go ahead.
I'm gonna say one of the only cards I can imagine like really affecting you is the Time Mon, but that's only if you haven't gone into Magna X. Like, if you just have like a random naked Pyodramon or Dino Bee and like de-digivolving it, it's like that's the only thing I could think of that would really suck. But
yeah, and
that's it.
I only checked like maybe 2 security Digimon during the course of the match, which is pretty nice since there's an abundance of them, as we said, and. Because we were playing under the starter deck release event tournament, it's best of 1 apparently in that format, so tiebreakers are a little odd. There's a possibility I'd probably come in second if we actually had the game breakdown, but basically it was listed as I won 1-0 round 1, I lost 0-1, and then I won 1-0, so I came in third.
Who got second? Because I'm assuming Ben got first.
Yeah, KP Legend, who played Ben in the final round with Gallant.
Gotcha.
Also, I just want to throw Sean under the bus. I politely asked him to pick up any Sunamons he saw, and he didn't get any Sunamons for me.
Yeah, everyone that pulled them were standing around Ben while I was still playing my match, and he got them.
Wow. So anyway, I had to buy them all online, which sucked. But I got all 4 from one seller in Florida, so hopefully they come in pretty soon.
Hey, maybe it's
Speaking of which, how much is Medusomon going for right now? Because last time when I checked, she was $12.
More than that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, a lot of the...
So far, I've been right to order her when I did.
Yeah, as of the day after the release date, sure, dude. So as more people get their sets, they get their product.
Right now, I'm right.
Right now, you are correct. However,
yes,
I don't think it's going to stay that way once people get their Medusa decks and build them, and then like, oh wait, this is dog water. I made a mistake.
Hey, we don't know. I got to try out that list.
What a terrible investment I have made.
Robbie hit out like a bandit, by the way, with that 2-star tie. Because they're going for like 120 right now.
None have sold yet, though. And I'm curious. They're going for 157 right now. None have sold yet, but the other ties are being bought out to where like they're like almost $40 a piece. Yep. So I think it's only a matter of time before the 2-stars start getting bought, and I'm sure they're going to go up.
Well, I mean, we didn't really give him
my Hex Blouse, Chris. My Hex Blouse. I'm just kidding.
You still like I think went plus in that trade because you traded him the Titamon, which is now going for $32.
It's the cheapest author, whatever it's called, signature.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's the most useless one.
Yeah, it's one that was never played ever.
Mm-hmm.
$32. And what, 2 Hexablows and then like a couple of Mega Dramons. I mean, you still, even if the ties stay at 157 forever, you still plussed in the trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I also did plan on eventually picking up a 4th tie, just so I always had the option if the deck ever gets more support. But I'm not buying him when he's sitting at $30.
He's more than
I'll
that.
either wait till he drops to like 20. I might just get the alt art as well, just so I have all of them.
Yo, just get the 2-star, man.
At like 50.
Yeah, let's just get more 2-stars.
It's 157.
If I was gonna buy another chase, I think it would be the Gabumon. He's going for like 180, I think, is when I looked at it last. I don't know. It's been a day or two.
Do it. You know what Will said last night? He was like, what? I would only play the Agumon in Adventure if I pull the chase.
Okay. Did you give him those Doraemons?
Uh-huh. I gave him the Doraemons, and then he asked me for... He was like, can I trade for a Vmon and a Marcus? And I was like, I don't have any extra Marcuses, but I can give you a Vmon. Hindsight's 2020, though. I apparently only had 4 of those. I just went through my bulk, and I need a 4th now if I ever want to play that.
You need another one?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the one where he's eating the ice cream?
Yeah, a little ice cream eating.
Yeah, I'm sure we have another one.
Yeah, we've got some.
All right, let me.
I mean, I'd say we'd had a pretty successful little run there.
Where are we running?
Bob's on these last like weeks. I think our boxes were pretty booty, but everybody's getting the decks they want.
Speak for yourself, like dude. Sean, my box was top tier for the set.
Yeah, I told Sean. I told him. I said, "There's something in that box." And what was it? That Marcus.
Yeah, I had a really good box relative to the set.
I was more referring to like you got your pre-release stamp stuff coming in.
Oh yeah, true. But I mean, I had to buy that.
Okay. I got all my pre-release stamp stuff that I wanted. Adventure pre-release stuff. Now I just need to get the starter release event stuff. Hopefully those prices level out.
All right, weekly reveals. We have Gabumon from EX9.
The high quality one's literally right there.
All right, my bad, dog.
It's on your screen.
Who cares, dude? It's a Gabumon. No one cares. Evil's on top of a level 2 with DM trait for 0 or Blue Tama for 0. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait to the hand and place 1 card with the version 2 trait face down as the bottom Digivolution card of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Turn the rest of the bottom of the deck and Heritable Jamming. I can't wait to see what the payoff is for all this face down stuff. It's so exciting.
Bruh, this is so weird.
Hold on.
It's going to be funny if it's awful.
Does that include your... Let me reread it.
Include your what?
Your breeding area?
No,
no. Okay.
No.
Okay. No. I meant like
it does.
It says you.
It doesn't say on the field, so no.
Right. That's what I was. That's what I was looking for.
Digimon.
Yeah. That's what I was double checking. Okay. So, I mean, could you imagine you could just like have your raising and you have like 10 cards face down under one Digimon in your raising area? Like, you just kept stacking them down there.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when Yu-Gi-Oh! Started making it a normal thing for you to banish cards face down from, like, your deck and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this feels like. Because, like, you know what it is, but it's not public information.
Do we know... I was going to say, do we know the ruling yet that, like... Can we look at the face down cards?
Well, I mean, when you're revealing them, you're...
No, of your own cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, you would have to reveal this card in order to actually legally tuck it because you have to verify that it's version 2 trait.
Yeah, because you're revealing them and then tucking them.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't the Greymon just like tuck them, or is the Agumon just like...
one of those two does just tuck it blindly, and your opponent wouldn't get to know what that is. But this one you have to reveal to verify.
Like top of deck or something like that.
Yeah, it's like off the top of your deck.
Okay.
I can imagine the purple being like middle cards from the top of your deck, face down.
Oh my god, dude.
So now your trash is face down? That would be so stupid.
Speaking of which,
Yo, that's chonky. That Patamon is chonky. That's a big boy.
He is a big boy, and he got to maintain that body. Patamon. So this is version 3 of the DM trait.
Oh my god. His stupid little sprite. His stupid little sprite.
Oh, let me see it. Bring it back up, Sean. I didn't see the sprite.
What are you talking about?
His little. You gotta click on him. Yeah. Oh, you got it. Such a
down in the left. Down in the left.
Oh, okay. I was looking for a beverage. I was like, he's just got food, dog. I don't see
He's
his sprite.
He's got a Coca-Cola product.
What a little fatty. Anyway. On play reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait to the hand and place 1 card with the version 3 trait face down as the bottom source of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck. Inheritable is Barrier, which is the thing that piqued my interest. Can
this go in Angels?
I mean, yes. Yes, it can.
I mean, would you play that just for that effect, though, for Barrier?
I mean... I'm not going to rule anything out until the set comes out, man. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what the meta's going to be like, but that is the only thing that I cared about when I read this card was like, oh, a yellow rookie named Patamon with Inheritable Barrier. That's actually pretty good.
Right.
As it stands, I don't know what the hell these archetypes are going to do, so... then we have Palmon, which is... on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait to the hand. Place 1 card with the version 4 trait as the bottom source of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Bottom deck the rest. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. How awful. That is so bad.
Yeah, imagine green being the worst one. What?
Yeah. No, black's going to be the worst one.
It better just say blocker.
I hate to tell you this. I don't think Black is getting one.
It'll be Reboot.
Well, that would also make sense. If Black, they're just like, Black's not going to get one, guys.
Well, if we're going by, well, read the Gaziamon, and I'll give you guys a small.
Nah, Black will be opponent's turn. This Digimon against 2000 DP.
Gaziamon. On play for the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait and place 1 card with the version 5 trait face down as the bottom source of any of your Digimon. Bot deck the rest. Inheritable is Retal.
That's good. Retal as an inheritable is always nice.
It's so much better than suspend one of your opponent's Digimon when attacking.
Yeah.
So dumb.
So, if you have noticed with these cards, each one obviously has a different colored border.
Uh-huh.
And that correlates to the original virtual pet that these guys came in.
Okay.
So back in the olden days, the color V pet you bought determined what Digimon you got.
Okay.
So the red one would be like Palmon.
Oh, so that's the version.
That's what the version is referring to. There were 5 colors. The original 5 Vs. So Agumon, Gabumon, so on and so forth. Obviously, they had other evolution lines inside of them. So I think these decks are going to be self-contained version decks that are based purely on those original 5 V-Pets. Because I actually just watched a video... Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I just watched a video over the weekend... Maybe I have to send it to you guys in the group chat or something, where the guy went through the history of all of the Digimon V-Pets, like all the Digivices and stuff like that, and kind of gave like a breakdown of them. And I learned a large amount. Like the different versions like these, and I was like, oh, we're just now getting those in the card game. This stuff makes sense. So the original V-Pets were based on File Island, and then they power crept them with the next V-Pets that went up. I can't remember what those were called, but basically those ones, they went from island to like continent, and then all of those Digimon were stronger, and that was also the introduction of the Deep Savers and all of those archetypes that I had never priorly known about, but turns out they came from the second form of the V-Pets that finished off after the first 5.
So that's why Deep Savers is all different colors.
Yep.
Because they're all from different VPET.
I mean, I respect them for honoring the source material, but at the same time, how the game works, they shouldn't have all been different colors.
Yeah, I feel like these are going to be a better version of those archetypes because they're going to be based on their version. So they're going to be able to evo and like actually interact with each other, and they do have generic searchers.
They need to have a delay option that generically searches as well. Otherwise, it's...
I think the generic option might actually be
a VPET, like, or the I think this is fine for them to do these in EX sets. Just don't do these in main sets, please.
Yeah.
Just always keep this goofy, funny, whack stuff in EX sets.
Yeah. Also, Brandon, you never got to the point of why you don't think we're getting black.
Oh, because we've already got all 5 colors.
There's no black Digimon.
Red, blue, yellow, green, purple.
There's no historically black Digimon from the game that were in the versions?
If we do, I could see them probably being part of version 1, the Greymon one, because I think the Greymon one also had the secondary lines that may be already in black colors.
Okay.
If we do get black cards, I'd have to look up what the VPET lines were again, but it's probably going to be a supplementary color and not be like the main color, if that makes sense.
When does this set come out?
Because I don't know, man.
Like
because Numamon.
It's not before. It's not before the.
Yeah, it's got to be like June or something.
Yeah. I think it's after.
I think Numamon. Yeah, Numamon is in like every VPET, because if you make care mistakes, or if you don't like feed your Digimon, you don't take out their poo, they will get care mistakes and turn into less desired Digimon, like Numamon. So you might get like Numamon, Edamon, cards like that, Sukamon. But those could be the black ones.
It's like the end of June.
Yeah.
June 26th. Damn, dude, we're about to be in this format for a minute. I like World Convergence.
Yeah.
All right, let me get
I'll have to send you guys that video where he talks about like the VPETs.
You see my comment on your post, Sean? You better do it. There's already 3 people that have said it. You gotta play Gamamon.
Okay, this isn't a democracy.
Do it.
I don't have to do anything.
Do it, coward.
I'm not a coward. I think Gamon's stupid.
I don't know, Sean. Who knows? He gets enough support. It's eventually gonna be able to do at least something.
No. I think it's stupid. I didn't say bad. I think he's stupid.
I think he is a big old dummy.
Yeah, I think he looks dumb and bad, and I just don't want to support that kind of archetype.
I don't think he looks dumb. I like his little rhinoceros. It's just such a weird deck.
It is. I don't know that. In order to build that deck, I would have to buy everything. I don't own any of those cards.
I don't own any of it.
any of it at all.
Okay, I found the video just for our listeners. If they want to go listen to the same video I did, a deep dive on Digimon Electronic Pets. That's the name of it. It's by a YouTuber called Billiam. Billiam. So
I think I've seen his stuff before.
Yeah, it was recommended to me. I was like, oh, I like Digimon, and I don't know a whole lot about the original VPETs, and I learned a lot.
All right, comment questions. Dr. Fab671. Thanks for the advice. I've been grinding my deck on DCGO to get familiar with it. Now I just am going to work with my local scene and practice relevant matchups. Definitely make sure to bring water and snacks, assuming the venue allows them.
That's another big thing. Venues that don't let you bring your own water and snacks, eat a dick.
Yeah,
that should be illegal.
It's pretty frustrating.
Like,
I had to throw out like a 16-pack of protein bars that I had in my backpack before we went into a venue. I can't remember if it was Dallas or Nationals, but it was one of those 2 venues where like they were like checking people's bags and stuff, and I was like, I just have to throw this away. This sucks.
I think another piece of advice that we should probably give is you should try and take every chance to stand up and walk around.
Yeah.
Because
get your legs moving.
Just sitting for like hours at an end like that, like you'll start to like feel uncomfortable, and that can lead to misplaying or not, playing well.
Negatively impact your brain.
Yeah, definitely try and stand up once in a while and walk around for like a minute or two if you have the time, just to try and stretch and just feel as comfortable as you can.
Yeah. L Zerit, thank you for being a channel member. Since BT21 will be the first set everyone gets at once, was wondering what ranking you guys would give each set prior to BT21. Always enjoying the pod and discussion. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm thinking maybe we can do like a tier
pod,
list, tier list video, because that's not something we can answer like quickly.
Yeah, I'm down for that. We'd obviously have to like do it. Oh, would we be ranking it for what it is at the time or what it is now? I would assume for what it was then, right?
How much it impacted our meta at the time?
Yeah, I would think so.
Or is it like both? Like, because there are still some sets that are like, hey, some cards from this set are like really relevant right now.
I don't know. We'd have to think. We'd have to think about it. I'm thinking maybe both would probably make the most sense. Trying to kind of balance it.
And everything.
Yeah. But I do like that idea. Let me just
because like for example, what is it? Was it 2.0? This very second set that we got Shine Greymon, right? Like that card's like still really good for like Ruin mode like right now, so it would bring it up, and it was a really good deck for back then.
Talking about 1.5.
1.5, yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot it was 1.0 and then 1.5.
Yeah,
it was like 1 and 2.
Play.
Yeah, 1.5.
Well, no, did HPD come in that, or was that in 1.0?
HPD came out 1.5, and you guys, because you cried, were allowed to use it for 1 week.
For 1 week,
1 night.
Bunch of babies.
One locals tournament illegally.
It was just really me and Todd. Me and Todd were like, please just let us play this. You guys were like
the only green players at the time.
And we got paired against each other.
You deserved each other. Good. I would have force paired you guys if I was Creed back then.
Maybe he did. Maybe Creed was like,
he might have. He would have been like, you know what? I don't want to inflict this on too many people, so I'm just gonna have them play each other. Yeah, I like that idea though. Maybe we'll try to do that next week. We'll see.
Okay.
IDBW 1274. So Brandon is using the BT16 Soluga all wrong. While yes, the old soul makes it easier to get into the OTK turn because you only need 4 memory instead of 5 memory, you lose hard to floodgates and aces. The BT16 soul outs floodgates, and if they don't have a body, you can delete with soul's effect, and you play out a body and evo over it into hell. Using the end of turn effect to load up the trash, outing the ace target, and using the soul's all turns effect to evo into the BT14 Fenrir for free. That line only needs 4 memory before the memory gain from Purple Luga's inherits.
Sounds like you had a whole lot of things going your way. How about hear me out? I just promote, turn card sideways, and you're dead.
Brandon doesn't want to have to think that hard, dude. You said a lot of words.
Yeah, that's a lot of words for me just not killing.
I get what that guy's saying, like it outs a lot of cards, but that version of the deck is just like, hey, I just kill you.
That's
like what you want.
What he just described is also just killing you, by the way.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually. But like,
because you maintain turn when you evo into the fin because you're like, oh, it's our turn now.
Right. It's our turn. Aces, floodgates, these don't exist.
Just build your deck as if aces and floodgates don't exist.
Yeah.
And anytime one happens to you, you just rage.
People are thinking too hard about a deck I literally only played for 2 weeks because I had nothing better to do.
It's not cope, it's viable.
Hey, listen, deck profile is up on the channel.
I mean, I think it's extremely viable still.
It definitely still is. Like, the BT14 Finn was never bad. It's just the fact that they were like, hey, here's a combo that, like, literally doesn't matter how much memory you give your opponent, you just kill them.
They're just dead.
Yeah.
No, listen,
10 memory? It's 2 now.
Yeah, it's 2.
Yeah,
I
still like the deck. I still like the deck. Everything was like fun to play around with and stuff, but like it wasn't my want. I didn't want to sit there and play that deck like continuously.
Yeah, it's the wrong dog.
Yeah.
Random Mexican 123. I think BT20 was pretty solid. It just sucked that we had it with BT19 stuff. I just didn't care about BT19. Yes, I'm still salty that I was pulling a lot of nanes instead of the cards I want, like Omni X. Got 3 at least, but no alt. Yeah, I also pulled 5 nanes out of like 3 boxes.
Nene might go down as one of, if not the worst secret of all time.
I think
Like, isn't there one other one that's like really universally
I still think the
banned?
absolute worst secret of all time was the Paladin mode, the original one.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember seeing it seeing any play. I mean, I'm sure it made it into some decks, but I don't see Nene at all in anything.
Yeah, but you could at least put Nene in a variety of decks. You literally put it. You had a Nene. Oh, never mind. It was a different Nene. I know Ben put Nene in something randomly.
And how quickly did he take it out? I think it was his pre-release deck.
No, yes, that is true, but I think he also put it in something like for real. I can't remember what it was. It may have been Hunters. I don't know.
I have seen people say you can play it in Cross and Hunters, but it's just like, no, I'm not.
I think the utility is there to where like that card may be okay at some point, but that Paladin mode was just like unplayable from day one and has just gotten power creeped out.
Yeah. I will say BT19 as a whole, like looking at BT19 as a whole as just it's a really bad set. It's the set that introduced a cross support, the War Growl, Rapid, and Tau Ace.
And that's stupid option.
Dynus. Yeah, Dynus and Dynus X. The bees are in the set. Specifically the Queen line, not the Tiger Vesp line. Dark Knight support. The Justy Ace. Honestly, Lord Knight X might be the best thing that came out of this.
Oh, it's a tier 0 set then, obviously.
Oh, my bad. You're right, Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, how could we forget about
bad of a set?
How can we forget about this beautiful card right here, right?
Yeah. I have a full playset now.
Nice.
They finally dropped to like $15, and I was like, I'll go ahead and grab a fourth, just in case.
Yeah. I mean, the Millennia set, cool. Yes. And Chris, don't get salty because I said your cross stuff is mid.
Yeah, cross sucks, dude. You heard it here first. A block of tofu. Disagree on the not locking cards to an archetype. The reason we have problem cards like Medieval is because they have been too loose with cards being generic. Hard-liked archetypes is great. So I think you're misunderstanding. If it's an angel, it should also work in angels. That is its other archetype.
They didn't design work with that.
Yeah. If it's a vegetation and or plant, it should work with vegetation plant.deck.
No, the Angemon isn't angel support because TK isn't the angel tamer. He's just generic good yellow tamer. So what you really wanted was Angemon to be good generic yellow tamer support.
Come on, let's be real, dog. TK and Kari are both the angel tamers.
But they don't have... neither of those tamers have a card that specify... At least I'm pretty sure.
They literally do.
That specify...
I already know what you're going to say, and you're wrong.
This card lets you play Dominimon.
What? There's literally a TK Kari dual tamer that references angels on it.
Why are you playing it?
Lawyered. Because it sucks. It costs 4 memory and I can't play it for free.
So guess
what would happen if I could play it for free?
If we had an Angemon that would let us.
Yep. It actually would be pretty solid.
No one play it. It doesn't increase the to your deck, does it?
No, but it gains you memory every single turn and gives one of your Digimon barrier.
Oh, ooh.
Gives them barrier until the end of your opponent's turn, so I mean that's not that bad or repeatable.
You're just salty you can't play your tamers for free.
I am. I openly admit that. I think it's stupid that we still don't have one that plays. We have Matt, Ty, Marcus, several Hunters tamers, because basically that entire deck plays them for free. There's probably something that plays Taikikudo now for free, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, Shaman King version.
Yeah.
No, is it Yoshino and Mimi?
Yeah, Yoshino.
Yeah,
I think it just says a green
Yoshino can be played for free.
Generically green.
Yoshino can be played for free, but that's level 5.
I was talking about the Togemon. You tap it and it plays a dude.
Yeah, I don't know if Green has that. Like they just have like if you suspend, play it for cheaper.
Yeah, Green doesn't have like a just play a a tamer for free. So I don't think there's one for Mimi. There's not one for Izzy.
Listen, all I'm saying, Sean, is you have a vaccine that can play a tamer for free from your security. It's just that one.
It costs 3 memory and doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, you have it though. He's there.
It's awful.
Have,
if it were at 4, I wouldn't play it. That's terrible.
Yeah, you have the card you're looking for. He's right there.
I literally don't.
He even plays security. That's your second hand.
No. Anyway. Justin So 8231. I prefer TCGs with one IP. Really makes you feel like you're in that universe. That is why I haven't gotten into Union Arena or Lorcana.
Yeah, it feels weird when you're crossing over literally every single set.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like a huge fan. Especially if you're a huge fan of one of them, and it's the worst one. Other. I really like Union Arena, but like I don't know if obviously how the deck or that game works, but like the Bleach, I really love Bleach. Yeah, Bleach is the tier like 5 archetype. What's tier 1? What's Black Clover? Oh, I don't.
What's really weird? What's weird about Union Arena is I feel really bad for some of those players who are like, I'm just not into that IP. I have to wait months for the next one to see if they announce an IP I actually like, or are you just playing the same deck forever until like they announce an IP that you like?
Yep. Feels real bad.
Yeah. Speaking of which, though, I feel like there's a possibility we might get a Godzilla mashup.
Cards. All in.
Pretty cool.
Forget everything I just said. I'm all in.
Well, see, but that's not.
I'll take it back.
But we're not getting Godzilla as a card.
We're getting like Godzilla mutated Digimon.
Yeah, it's like they're actually like newly designed, like in universe creatures.
Yeah,
like it's a Metal Greymon who's like part Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting if we actually get those cards.
Sick.
He also said, I hope the new mobile Digimon game has a way to craft cards in some way as opposed to just get cards from packs. I agree.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Like, get rid of your useless bulk that you inevitably will get and, like, turn it into, like, other cards you might want. Or, like, at least the whatever the currency is in the game.
Right.
Where's that at?
He also said...
Oh.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't realize he had 3 comments, so I hadn't scrolled down. I thought it was maybe like a reply to his own comment.
Nah. He also said, hey guys, I tried Pokemon TCG Pocket. The thing about that is the amount of randomness in the Pokemon TCG. Some coin flips in Pocket are literally game breaking. Digimon is good because the randomness mostly comes down to rookie searchers.
Or security.
Yeah. I would agree with that, dude. Relying on a coin flip, like a literal coin flip.
Sean, you'd lose it. Like, cause there's a card called Misty.
Yeah,
it's a tamer.
Flip until you get tails or whatever.
Yes, yeah, and I've seen some flips where I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Oh, I flipped 10 heads in a row. I guess I win.
Yeah. I've won.
Good game. Good game.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. There's a lot of variance in our card game, but I'm thankful that we don't have literal coin flips in our game.
Yeah.
B.Ool0. At my pre-release, I pulled exactly 1 level 6 Shoutmon DX. Since I didn't pull an Omni Shoutmon, I literally couldn't use it. Didn't come last, but it was a pretty painful event. I would imagine. That sounds similar to, I think, my BT16 pre-release, where I didn't pull any Megas, but like 1.
And that's why I hate pre-release.
That doesn't...
Because that can happen.
That doesn't happen.
That would happen, though.
It can.
I think it's an outlier because of this set. This was...
Yeah, a very weird set.
Yeah, those pre-releases when you do pull like that are not fun. I do understand people that don't like it when that happens, but pre-releases in general I love.
Yeah.
How about this? If you're running a pre-release with a set that is good, it's a good pre-release. If you're running a pre-release with a set that's bad, it's probably a bad pre-release. Because I don't think I don't think sets that are designed poorly that make for good pre-releases.
I think BT16 was like one of our best sets, and I didn't have a good pre-release.
Well, you didn't have a good pre-release.
Yeah,
That's because you opened poorly.
People who pulled Valk Ace had a very good pre-release.
Also, this set, BT21, I think is like one of our worst sets we've had in recent memory, and I had a good pre-release.
Speak for yourself.
Sam. Oreo X1000. I disagree on Galacticmon. I think it's competitive but won't define the meta. The deck can eat Tamers, which most, if not all, the decks you list require for peak efficiency. Problem is, Promo Destro needs to be seen almost constantly. The decks you mentioned are in 4th gear, while Galacticmon is in 3rd. I expect only the best pilots to top with it, but the deck will probably be heavily represented. If not, hopefully the SPs will be cheap for collectors. That's what we were saying. Like, the deck is not on paper bad. It will just be too slow versus the actual tier 1 decks.
Right. It'll literally, that's its only problem. It just will be a little too slow. You have to open up well enough to accelerate your game plan, but like there will be times where you can't take this deck to like a 9-round regional and expect to have enough consistency to win the whole event, because there will be times when you're just like Vinmon. What do I do with this? Like, you can Digivolve and then play the Vinmon, search more Vinmons, but it's like
Extend Handshake.
it's gonna be too slow. Yeah, like if you play, say you play against like a Medusomon who swings for all 5 of your security and then just drops Omni X, what are you gonna do?
Or Adventure, which if you give them
Adventure,
like 3 turns, they're just like, hey, you're dead, bud.
Yeah, my turn 0 was literally Tamer because it gave me 3 memory thanks. Extend Handshake.
Yeah.
I think Galactic is like a good. It's like a good tier 2 deck, but it's not gonna. I don't think it's tier 1. It's a little too slow.
Yeah. Benjamin Wiseman 6567. The Adventure Digimon being archetype locked for their effects was really necessary to avoid power creeping every other deck where they could apply. But as someone who plays Angels in Vegetation, part of me wishes they weren't. It's still for the best though. As it stands, the Adventure deck should be quite powerful. Also, Island of Adventure isn't filler to boost from Magna X. Yeah. He actually is right. Like, I actually considered putting that in as a one of in my Magna X DNA deck.
Yeah, because it triggers its effect.
It triggers Magna X, but it also, like, if you have a bunch of dual tamers in your hand, you just don't have the right time to play them. Like, you can just be like, put this at the top of my security.
Play it. It's so good.
Yeah. I ended up not having the room, but I still might revisit it. It's not like I didn't completely shut the door on it.
It's not like a bad one of.
It's not. There are worse cards.
It's one of those cards. It's one of those cards where I would say it's filler for his. It's starter deck. It's filler.
Yeah. There's no reason to play it in Adventure. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. Outside of that, though, it could find some niche, interactions in other decks.
Yeah, kind of. It's annoyed that it doesn't come foil.
Is it the 2K one or the 3K one?
It's a 2K. It's the all turns plus 2K, and it goes to the top of your security and plays a tamer.
The 3K one is at the bottom of security.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not too bad, I guess.
I mean, you're not playing it for the plus 2K all turns.
No, I mean, but it is like nice though. It's like,
I mean, it's
Magna already gets really big, but like, I mean, it'll help against Oryukin, right? No, because it'll be exactly 15. Never mind.
It depends on what your inheritables are. Actually, if you're playing the plus 2K
Vmon, yeah,
and you have that, Oryukin doesn't out your Magna X because it's 1,000 DP,
right.
Even if you don't have a Demi V underneath it.
Right. Okay. So I mean, it has its little things, but most of the time you are playing it for the activate the Magna effect or the tamer part. So,
yeah, which I agree. I don't think that's a bad idea. I didn't play it last night, but I still might end up putting it in. I'm just not 100% sure. This deck space is tight when you're trying to fit at least 3 medieval gallants in your list.
Yeah.
Can't play 2.
Right.
Yeah, I can't cut it to 2. I need to see it.
Gotta play 3.
Yeah, I gotta play at least 3.
Also agree. I do wish the option cards for that deck were foil.
Yeah, like some of the tamers don't come foil, and the option cards don't get foil from the stamps. I'm just like, why?
It's just a Digimon.
Yeah,
so sad.
Like they stamped the supers. Why?
Yeah. Why?
That doesn't make any sense, because this seemed like the kind of deck where it's like you would hook the nostalgia people, where it's like, hey, I want to play this deck because it's all like, season 1 stuff. and it's just like, hey, what if these guys really want to just foil it out and spend the money on it? They're like, how about we not do that?
Yeah, I think the commons and the uncommons should have been stamped, not the rares, supers, and the uncommons.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
It was just a weird choice. I mean,
it was just the Digimon, but yeah.
Yeah, it was just the Digimon that they stamped.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Would have loved to have had that black option card foiled out.
Kyle Newey 9278. Chris was right. It was about being the 9th to 10th champions. It can be searched by level 3 and any other red option. It will evo for 2 over all the level 3 since they are reptiles, and it's a security Digimon. Can't wait to build the deck.
Talking
about the Tyranno. EXE Tyranno.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You said it was going to be like your third champion, essentially.
Yeah.
Nope. That's out.
Oh, okay. He also said, how many am I doing for the new Garuda? Because the ace definitely helps playing the loop.
That's
a Josh question.
If you're playing bird, Josh on here just to answer random bird questions. I would say you're probably not running a lot of it because it is a bit more win more card in birds. But I'd have to ask Josh. But I would say probably 1 to 2 copies is probably as many as you're playing.
I think I saw him putting in 2 copies Tuesday.
I think it was 2 or 3. I can't remember though. He is playing it though. He did put it in his list.
It is very good in birds because you just get to play it for free. Like Evo into the dude, it run, and then boom, you have a 2-check level 5 just right there.
Yeah,
it's pretty brutal.
J Phantom 13. One of these days, someone is going to pull a Weevil Underwood, Sean's medieval Gallantmon.
That person will get jumped.
Read the reply.
Oh, I read it.
What's it say?
Brandon said $20 and I'll do it.
Oh.
Mathbell 5236. I think the idea of milling your opponent is difficult to balance. If it's too good, then usually it's really toxic and anything else feels pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
but with Magidramon, it's milling both players. Like with that deck, it was milling both players, so it was like that was the sort of balance of it. And I think with the introduction of scramble cards now, it's at least a little bit more balanced.
I just think
they mill your scramble.
The issue I still have is you have effects that rely on total trash. So like if you're milling both players, you're speeding that up. But
Crimson Mode Ace becomes
don't make it to where it's milling a bunch of cards from both players. Like I think two or was perfectly fine when you're going up your stack. Any more, and I thought was probably obscene.
There's a couple Megidras that mill 5 from both players.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see that right there. If you print too many of those, that's
the problem. Yeah.
In Galactic Defense, the new support, it's faster to play, but it won't be top meta, maybe for locals. Also, the new BT21 Destro prevents your opponent trashing your sources and de-evoing it. And maybe it was just my luck, but when playtesting with a friend, the Destro promo somewhat destroys Adventure, mainly because at minimum you can get cost deletion of 7, and that pretty much with that you destroy the Adventure Tamers. They need to set up again before they can do their good effects.
Like the whole deck has a bunch of utility. It has Tamer deletion, it has protection. It's all there. It's just setting it all up.
Yeah, I think the adventure deck is probably going to be out aggroing you before you're hitting that.
Most likely, yeah.
And with all the alliance and stuff they have, the playing for free.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of time versus adventure if they don't brick.
Yeah, because you can just hard drop a level 3 for 1, sometimes 3, and then combo Evo up all the way until a level 6 for nothing.
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous.
Dareday 436. Me personally, I play a control version of the deck. My level 5s are the Metal Gray, Zudo, Lily, and Agewomon. Level 6s are Invisi, Medieval, War Ace, and Shadow Serafi. Thinking of dumping Shadow in favor of Puppet Ace. Adventure really does feel like what Galaxy should have been as far as a toolbox deck, and hopefully they nuke that thing into oblivion already.
God, that's a lot of different colored aces.
I can kind of see what he's talking about, though. Where it's hey, I'm playing what Galaxy should have been.
Yeah. Because Invisi can only Evo on top of your black and blue. Evil's red and green. War Ace is all of them. Shadow Serafi is your yellow and black again. So you're probably playing more copies of Metal Greymon, because he at least has multiple targets.
Yeah.
Only green target is Lily, so Medieval's probably more of a hard play target sometimes.
I would assume. I mean, 7 memory. It's not that big of a deal.
He's a bomb.
Sean, you should try with Medieval Adventure.
What? You cut out.
Just play Adventure. It's Medieval in it.
Just like 4 Medievals and then just the adventure engine.
Yeah, exactly.
Turbo
Perfect.
Medieval. I mean, I've considered it. If I do build Adventure, it would just be Adventure Toolbox. I wouldn't want to really play like pure.
Imagine going into Garuda, giving itself security check +1, and then evoing into Medieval. Boom, that's 3 checks with Medieval right there because of your alliance as well. That's potentially 4 checks because you can have another alliance target. Come on, dude.
Just be game, dude.
That's Giga Game, bro.
James Lombardi 17. Can we get the Lugamon list for video, please? Yes, that is
my reply.
That is on the channel.
Yeah, my reply. Since you asked so nicely, I'll see about getting one recorded with him Tuesday.
And you did.
It's a whole minute long.
Yep.
55 seconds with outro. 40 seconds without. How much of that did you have to cut? Like, real quick. I assume it wasn't a lot, but I could definitely tell there were some small cuts here and there.
I think overall I maybe cut like 10 to 15 seconds, maybe, total.
Okay, so overall it was still under a minute?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I want to say the raw footage was 56 seconds long, if I'm not mistaken.
That's funny. Also, don't be upset for asking. I genuinely, because I saw a couple comments on the video itself. It was genuinely just fun doing like a little 1-minute deck profile.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. Yeah.
I do not make vids yet. Been testing the adventure deck for a couple of days now, and I can say that the Angel Woman is a 4 of, and any of the removal level 5s can be 1 of. I don't run Garuda at all. The black option is slightly better than the purple one just because of the delay, and you don't run any of the white options. You also run all the tamers for the colors plus security plus secret tie. 2 each is my build. I would say the black option is infinitely better than the purple one.
Yeah, did he say slightly?
Yeah,
isn't that card like really, really good?
Do you know why I lose to Ben playing Adventure, or lose to Adventure period?
You can get ace without being ace.
Is when they have the delay option set up and I can't evo in a Medieval Gallantmon. Because hard playing it, I just get aced.
Yep.
That is the best card in the deck. I will stand by this.
It's so good.
It is. It's really stupid.
I think my build going forward, I might have actually done what I said I was going to do and cut the purple option. I think I just am cutting it.
Yeah.
I do want to increase my tamer count.
Yeah, the black option is the best card in the deck. Whenever Ben first showed me his list, like, several days ago, I was shocked when I only saw 3 copies of it. And I was like, why is this not at 4? It's like, you agree that it's the best card in the deck. Why are you playing 3 copies?
I mean, it's so good when you can just draw a bunch of cards and then like, oh, you're at 0 memory now? Nah, because I can just bottom deck tie and play a dude for free. It's so good. Also,
when you have the TK and Mad out and like one of your Digimon die to security, you can just trigger the delay option, play another dude, and just keep swinging. It's so stupid.
Just keep swinging.
Yeah, you just literally just can lose to that. It's really dumb. I hate that. That option is so powerful.
It's so good.
It's to the point where I'm considering playing the Pomumon Floodgate and Magnex DNA just to play around the option. And all those damn security Digimon. I'm considering picking up some Hexablouse to put in Magnex DNA.
That's a good card.
It
is a pretty good card.
While you're at it to help you combat your adventure matchup.
Yeah, I was gonna say the adventure matchup.
It's gonna cost me $100 for 2 of them.
Jeez.
You're getting alt arts?
Oh, because you want the alt arts. Yeah.
Obviously.
Of course.
The rest of the deck is alted out. Why the hell would I get the regular arts? That's gross.
Yeah.
You've got a point.
Once you're committed to something, you can't just like decommit.
You can't just uncommit.
Yeah, this isn't college.
It's funny.
Medieval's entering the portal.
Yeah. No, he's still in there. He's still in there as a 3 of. I cut other stuff to make room for the 2 Exobots. Hey, I know that we can go to Digimon locals, but I would much rather go to this movie that came out 20 years ago.
You ain't get it, Sean.
I forgot what happened. It's been so long and I'm so old now.
It's not about that. It's about remembering.
It's about what's fair.
The experience.
Like, listen, last time we saw that movie in theaters, in like 3rd, 5th grade, somewhere in that time frame. I can't remember exactly when. I'd have to do the math on when 2005 was. But, yeah, I mean, last time we saw that in theaters, we were actual children. Yeah, so I'd say that was a worthwhile experience. You
know what's funny to me? And this is a slight tangent. So when I was younger, I'm slightly older than you guys. The prequels were widely hated because they're mostly long and boring. There are cool fight scenes and stuff, and there's like glimpses of coolness in the movies, but they're really bloated with really boring scenes.
Yeah, no, I still have criticisms of them.
And now, like, people are like, "Oh no, I love them." And like, is it because you were a child and you didn't realize how bad they were when they came out?
No. All it took was 3 worst movies to come out. To make those ones.
I prefer the sequels.
No, you don't. 7, 8, and 9. You prefer those?
Yeah, they're not boring.
7 and 8. I would say 7 and 8 are actually pretty good. It's 9 for me. They're
not boring. They're not bloated with political talks.
But if you turn your brain on, I guess if you can turn your brain off, they're okay. If you turn your brain on and think about anything that's going on, they're awful. Except for 7.
If a movie is able to entertain me, I'm capable of turning my brain off to enjoy it. If it's boring AF, there's no saving that for me. And that's what the prequels are to me.
So you got to see the dichotomy of watching as the time went on. The younger generation who grew up with the prequels basically now has their voice to speak about how much they love it.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think you have nostalgia glasses or goggles or whatever, because you didn't realize how bad they were when you were a child, and you were just like, Star Wars.
They're awful.
We knew it was bad. Like, I'll still tell Chris that Episode 2 is the worst movie in the entire franchise. But he goes, what about Obi-Wan versus Django? I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to watch this 5-minute fight scene in a 2-hour movie.
Doesn't matter. I love that scene. And I love the whole chase.
Like I said, there are glimpses of cool movie in those movies. It's not the whole movie, though.
Dialogue.
George Lucas writing dialogue unchecked.
Do I just
skip the
end? Do I skip just to the end of episode 1 to watch the Darth Maul fight? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't mean anything.
The movies as a whole are boring AF, and I really don't want to watch them. Would I watch a highlight reel of the cool scenes on a YouTube compilation? Absolutely. Those are cool scenes.
Listen,
I don't want to have to watch the whole movie to get to those, though.
Was it worth being in the theater to have our theater pop off at meme moments? Yes. When Obi-Wan dropped down and said, hello there, and our entire theater started laughing and clapping. It was great.
Josh said he was going to do stuff like that because he came to TBS before he went to meet up with you guys. And he was like,
if I remember correctly, we did the Master Skywalker, and the whole crowd erupted.
What are we going to do?
Yeah.
As soon as the lightsaber turned on, yeah,
kill those kids.
Kill those kids.
Me and Josh, word for word, reenacted the speech.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Such terrible dialogue, dude.
Dude, Palpatine in that movie is just a meme. You can take any one of his you can take any one of his scenes and just cut it out of context, and it's just a meme.
It's treason, then.
I've been disfigured and disformed. Like, bro, you did that to yourself.
Yeah, you could have stopped throwing lightning.
Just stop shooting lightning.
Yeah,
just stop
it's like his on button was just stuck, and he just it's like,
I can't let go.
Yeah.
Listen, this attack has a set amount of time. I can't turn it off. Otherwise it's going cool
This is predetermined. I can't just do it. All right.
And then when he
Anyway,
gets older against Luke, he's got erectile lightning. You know, it just starts and then stops and you can't keep it going forever. Yeah.
I mean, it happens to a lot of guys as they get older. Excellent.
Hey, boys. Brandon, when are you coming over?
Probably once we get off this call, I'll just head over and we can watch our shows. And or
All right.
season 2 has officially started.
Later.
All right, boy.